All right, Reon, we talked a little bit about humidity.
Yes.
And today we're going to expand that and we're going to talk about attic rain.
Attic rain.
Now, I don't know how many people know about attic rain. It can be a nuisance. What is attic rain?
So attic rain, this came up in Calgary, I think 2 winters ago.
Okay.
And quite simply, it occurs when we have a very cold snap outside,
Okay.
very cold temperatures, and that is followed by very warm temperatures.
Right.
Now, what's happening there is you have in your roof space, you have insulation that keeps you warm.
Yeah.
And then from above the insulation in the attic space, that goes up to the underside of your roof.
Right.
Now, if you consider 40% of your heat is lost through your ceiling.
It's traveling upwards. Yeah.
Hot air rises.
Right.
So you lose approximately 40% of your heat goes through the ceiling.
Okay.
That goes through, makes its way through the insulation. And then that warm temperature from inside your home is hitting the extreme cold temperature in your attic space.
Right.
When warm meets cold, you're going to get some condensation forming.
Right.
That condensation forms on the underside of your roof.
Right. Okay.
Now, if those cold temperatures are persistent, that's going to build up. Ice is going to form underneath your roof.
Okay.
Now, when these cold temperatures are followed by warm temperatures, well, that ice that's formed on the underside of your roof, that is going to start to melt.
Right.
And again, these are extreme climate circumstances, but we saw it here last winter.
Okay.
And it made the news.
Yeah.
The people were reporting moisture, water dripping through their ceilings.
Right. Okay.
And unfortunately, I was a recipient of that in my own
Okay. I was just going to ask you. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's happening is those warmer temperatures are melting the ice that's formed on the underside of your roof.
Right.
And that has nowhere to go but down.
Right.
And ultimately, if it's accumulated a lot, it's going to come through your ceiling. It's going to look like drips coming through your ceiling.
So it's the classic hot shower. You get in there, you're getting a lot of heat. You've got some cooler air up above. It's those two air masses are meeting, and it's creating this kind of fog in your bathroom while you're taking this shower, and that's why we need our fans on
bathroom fan.
Pull that air out.
Correct. Yeah.
And so we get this scenario. Now, what do we do to mitigate this type of thing?
Well, there lies the issue. There's nothing necessarily wrong with the way that the home was built.
Okay.
It was to code. Everything was built as it should have been.
Okay.
Couple of things that can be done to help prevent it. One is ventilation. You may want to add ventilation to your home. That could be a roof vent or a gable vent, just to add airflow throughout your roof space.
Right. So this is something that you'd have to retrofit, obviously.
Correct.
Okay.
And any roofer would be able to help out with that. Yeah.
Okay.
There is a formula for the amount of ventilation on a roof. Depends on the size of the roof.
Okay.
But it may be adequate, but with these extreme conditions, you may require more ventilation than what's required.
So now, just as far as like how much time, like as far as this is slowly building up, right? I assume we've got that the weather change, the cold snaps, we've got that hot air pushing through. How long does it typically take to start getting that attic rain? Like if you've got a period of a week where we've got those really bitter temperatures, is it 3 days, 7, 14? Like what are you seeing there?
Yeah, so I mean, it's difficult to pinpoint exactly how long it takes to form. I mean, there are a lot of factors with the temperature itself,
Right.
the humidity levels outside as
Sure.
well,
Okay.
the relative humidity. Going back to last winter, we saw a cold snap of, I think, minus 32 for
Yeah.
about 7 days.
It was bitter. I remember that one.
Very
Yeah.
much so. And that gave the attic a lot of time to build up that ice.
Right.
Then it was followed by the warmer temperatures, and it all just let loose.
Right.
But those warmer temperatures came in high and fast.
Right.
So it
Yes.
was a rapid melt.
Yep.
Hence the attic rain.
So that's when it becomes the biggest problem, is when you go from those real bitter temperatures to now we get the rapid warming coming in?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I mean, again, I mentioned, you can add some ventilation in your roof space to help the cause. Another factor would be insulation.
Okay.
While there may be adequate insulation in your attic space, you can add to it, which is going to help prevent heat
Right.
coming through from your home. So
Okay.
going through the ceiling
Right.
into the
Sure.
attic
Yeah.
space.
Okay, that makes sense.
So those two factors, additional ventilation, additional insulation, will help
Okay.
a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then just again, as we've said already with the humidity video, it's just be a little bit vigilant.
That's right.
Realize what's going on as far as those temperature swings, and then maybe
That's right.
maybe have a little peek up there.
That's right.
See what's happening. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's wrap it up there. We're going to get into some simple tasks and maintenance for new home buyers, I think, on the next video.
Sure.
Awesome.
Sounds good.